So a week ago today, when I first moved into this house in Mercer Island, where I'm living right now, I got into a little bit of a mess, and I got to deal with the fallout today because I have to go to a board game club where I made this mess. What had happened was I go to a board game club every Sunday, and last week I had put everything into my car to get ready to move here. After the playing games at the board game club, I drove to my new place, which is here, and then I realized that my laptop was missing. And I thought I had left it at the store. I went back to the store, which is a 20-minute drive away, already not the most convenient thing to do. And it's not there, and I got very upset at the people there. I couldn't believe anybody I was playing games with would steal my stuff. They were still there, and I just thought that somebody had misplaced it or something like that, and uh, I just felt like nobody had a care in the world about my situation. It turned out I was in such a rush to move that I had already set up my laptop in a different place in the house. And I was just panicking. That's all. And I know why I had panicked. I hadn't made a good backup of my stuff for a very long time. So I backed up everything. And yesterday I also couldn't find my laptop. But I was much more relaxed about it. I thought to myself, I thought yesterday that I had left my laptop in Redmond Library, where I had spent some time talking to people. It didn't seem to bother me at all. It seemed like if somebody needed my laptop more than I did, that was no big deal. It turned out I had placed it in the trunk of my car. Anyway, just goes to show that if you're well prepared, you could live a lot more fearlessly, right? Like yesterday, I didn't have to worry about my laptop, which gets me back to the subject of normalizing a relationship with food. You see, 2 years ago, I used to have major anger kind of problems relating to food cravings, right? I would go to a meeting, and if the meeting went on a little bit longer than I wanted to hold off on lunch or just a food craving, I would get angry, and even if I didn't lash out at people, it affected my performance at the meeting, right? So right now I'm getting ready to think about traveling to Phoenix, Arizona. I'm in Seattle, right? I don't want to fly there though, because there's a lot of people right now with anger kind of problems. They're getting angry about people not wearing a mask. They're getting angry about the requirements to get testing and all that. And I just don't deal with raised voices very well. I don't want to participate in that. So I'm thinking about taking a Greyhound or an Amtrak, where there seems to be a lot less tension, right? And plus I like to mingle with people anyway. But now that I don't have to deal with food cravings, right, I could probably fast the entire trip into Phoenix, which is a good idea anyway, because I tend to deal with those raised voices very well when I'm in a fasted state. I'm very, very happy-go-lucky. I was reading about why this is, because I really despise eating now. I've lost all the joy that eating brings me because of all the trouble that it has caused me this past year. And I was reading that there's a hormone associated with being hungry, and it brings us a little bit of happiness because that's what drives us to go look for food. That's what I'm reading. I've become very addicted to that hormone, it seems. Like, I wish you could put that into a pill or an injection, right? I would just take it without having to starve myself. I've become very addicted to that hunger hormone, it seems like. And it gives me a sense of happiness, and I can deal with people. That's probably why. Evolution, right? We feel happy when we're hungry so that we can look for food. Except that happiness is driving me with social situations. It's kind of weird how I've handled it. But because I am prepared to fast the 48 hours or so it takes to make that trip, I can handle it a whole lot better, right? And even if something goes wrong, just like the missing laptop yesterday, I was prepared for it, and so I didn't get panicky over it, and I actually found my laptop a whole lot easier. Now, I had a situation last year. I was in a financially tight situation, and I got very panicky every time I would go out for a drive. I thought I would get pulled over, get a speeding ticket or something. One time I just had the misfortune of being in front of a police officer. This was in Wallace, Idaho, and he stayed behind me for like 10 miles or so. And it was 11 o'clock at night, and I didn't want to just pull off so that he could pass me, because that might have been suspicious too, right? He might think that I have something to hide from him. And so for 10 minutes, my heart just raced out of control. Had I not been in such a financially tight situation, that might have just been a funny situation and not have been so tense, right? It just goes to show that if you're not prepared, little things will scare the crap out of you.